Enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Kolonya kazibu siso imali ubufakazi zongilandela gilandela landelandela pongya kona.
Kolonya kazibu siso imali ubufakazi zongilandela gilandela landelandela pongya kona. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
Blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow you they go.
This year, good news, giant, plenty money.
Hey.
Go to follow you they go.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life.
Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
Even before you call it, don't answer prayer. My mama is too short, in no feet for your head. Even before you call it, don't answer prayer. My mama is too short. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life. Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting. These years, blessings, money, testimony. Go to follow you they go.
This year, good news,
hey.
Plenty money. Go to follow you they go.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, say what they want, I nothing. Yo, it's your boy Mark Isaacs. You're listening to Voices on the Street with Dale the Voice, Street 919 FM. You done know.
Dale the Voice. Peace.
Oh, it's a pleasant morning. It's just about 9 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock here on the street 919 FM. I want to say a fantastic Sunday to each and every one of y'all that are inside right now. For those of you have your radios on lock, no matter what time of day it is, 24/7, 7 days a week. You can't get enough of the street 919 FM. In fact, the street is the place to be every single day. When you want to keep abreast as to what is happening in the world today, what is happening in Trinidad, when you want to talk about political thing, what is happening in the political realm, what is happening, real issues, these are the things that, you could come on the street 919 FM and just be there, And then, of course, it's not just about the political talk, it's not just about real issues, but then, we have a very nice packed lineup for you all. Monday to Sunday, Sunday to Sunday, where you could get spiritual food for the mind, the body, and the soul. And so much more. I don't know why somebody will try to call me at this time and they know I'm going to be here. So for those of you calling my personal phone, I'm not available until 1. Right? I know all you're listening as well. I'm not available until 1. But I want to say good morning to all of you. Marcelin Ed, Tobago Sunshine, good morning. How you do? Jennifer Roberts, good morning. Donna Seeley, good morning. Even if it is you say, Donna, not all the time, if it's one thing that nobody cannot, you cannot detest, is the fact that morning, noon, or night, there is variation. There are things that you're going to hear here on the street that you're not going to like. Then there are things that you're going to hear and you like and you love. But at the end of the day, this is what compromise and makes up the street. Right? This is what makes up the street. And at the end of the day, even in the world today, there are things and people that you're going to hear. And you're not going to like them. You're not going to like what they say. You're not going to like their views. But it's important that, you sit down and sometimes the first thing that you do is to listen to what they have to say. So that you could now say, wow, imagine this is how people think in society. Because as it is, sometimes this is how people think in society, and then you are able to pick sense from nonsense and go and do whatever you have to do. I've been thinking lately, and I've been going through, certain processes, and I'm saying, what? There are certain things that I want to change. With me, certain things that I want to change with the show. Right? A lot of y'all know I'm here Tuesday and Thursday morning, 6 to 9. And then I'm here on a Saturday. Some of y'all still don't know that. I'm here on a Saturday from 6 o'clock in the evening to 8. And then I'm here with y'all again on Sunday, 11 to 1. Now, the Saturday show is something totally different, and I'm gonna do a whole revamp on that show, because I believe that we need to have a forum in place where we deal with, not like a men talk, because I don't want it to be solely about men, but it's something where in terms of relationships and dealing with those issues where there are things that men face that are the unknown. And it's going to be raw unknown. Not the ones that you come on radio and you talk and you song nice and pretty and you talk all the things. No, we're talking about the things, because just yesterday we was having a conversation on the show and we were talking about some of these issues will help curb crime. Because a lot of some of the domestic violence issues that happen in the world and even in Trinidad and Tobago comes from the stem of there are persons that are unable to vent about how they feel. They must straight up inside, and the men species are the only species that they say, hey, at the end of the day, use man up and move on. What are you studying that for? Go ahead, use a man. Just some time back I was looking through some comments and I saw somebody say, go and get somebody else pregnant, you go see how she think. And these are some of the advice that people give. Just recently, and we spoke about it yesterday, just recently there was a demise of a couple. Man and woman. The woman killed the man and then killed herself. We all know about it. A lot of people been commenting and saying what it is the man do. And the thing about it is that by default, we always say the man is the problem. Man is always the problem. And this is the forum, and I want to involve the older folk and the younger generation as well, and everybody come together that we come with solutions for betterment. And that will be what will happen on a Saturday. We're still working out some scope state. It's going to be very fun because I want it to be in terms of we ain't sitting down in this environment. You're going to have a nice little set. We sit down, very well a very well good product, have a nice crew, line up, and everything going to happen live. All right? I also want to, there's a young lady, I want to call her when it is the break comes up, because I want her to explain her situation and what she's been going through. Because, you know, there are people out here that are going through a lot. When I thinking, you know, my little situations and things and things that we're going through is a lot. There are other situations, other people that are going through other things that is way worse than us. Way worse than us. You know? And there are people out there that, you know, really trying hard. I went to a partner of mine, he have a business place the other day. I was up in the area. I say, hey, I must stop and buy some food from him. And, you know, he was telling me, boy, he sell his dream car because things hard. You know? And we were talking, and, you know, he said, boy, Dale, boy, if it's one thing, things only going to be hard for a certain time. You know, so sometimes you had to rough it out a little bit, and, you know, and it all goes back down to this. Sometimes we put ourselves in society to look a certain way. Right? We want everybody to watch us a certain way. And when things, you know, start to fall, we feel in shame. Don't feel shame about nothing. Don't feel shame about nothing. So I want to say good morning to all of you all that are on the inside. I want to say good morning to those that are listening to us on the conventional radio. I want to say good morning to those that are looking us and actually watching at me on the live as well. Good morning. Share the live for those of you all that are on YouTube. Damian, good morning to you, my brother. Let me see who I miss here. Sherry and George, good morning. Donna, good morning. Carol, Daniel, good morning to you. And of course, you have a blessed day as well. I haven't seen Miss Dorset in the chat for a while. I don't know, Miss Dorset, good morning to you if you're listening. Mother Tuna Puna, good morning to you. Manu, good morning. Jennifer Roberts, good morning. Donna, you ain't easy. Dale, I in my mask, I'm doing costumes for October Carnival. Are you coming for the October Carnival? I actually want to come over for the carnival and experience it because I've never been in Tobago for the Tobago Carnival, you know. I've never had that experience to be in Tobago for the Tobago Carnival. So I will try my best, you know, in terms of trying to deal where that is concerned. All right. So let me just give you all an update in terms of, I know you all want to hear what is happening in the daily news, and then we're going to make our way all the way to what we have to talk about today. And funny enough, you know, I've been watching things that have happened just within a couple hours ago. A police officer was fatally shot. But I was looking at social media and I was seeing some videos, and you know what, I started to realize that a lot of times people on social media, they're just doing things for clout. I saw a video, and this video had a man where the person who was narrating was saying that, you know, this person is intoxicated. And they were saying that, you know, he intoxicated, he's coming out of, I think that is by Bongju Road or wherever, where the traffic is heading east. And he is about to face west on the eastern side to go down the eastern lane. So he is going to face west with the traffic that is upcoming east. And a person has their phone out recording this. And they're laughing and they gap. And the time that it took for them to sit down on their phones and record to get a video that they could post on social media, to go viral, to laugh at a man, and let's just say when he drove in a westerly direction on the eastern side of the highway where the traffic is flowing to the east, and it was a fatal accident, I wonder what they would say next. And this is the thing that a lot of us, we like to arm ourselves with camera phones instead of doing the humanitarian thing, being humanistic and saying, hey, let me go and see if I could tap on that person's glass. Because they on the video and they're saying the man head bad. The man head bad. And they're laughing, gap. It is sad. You know, and it hurt me to see that, you know, they're sitting down there and they're watching that and they're laughing and you know, they're laughing. And this man could have been seriously injured, getting a fatality, die. Right? And I want you all to just watch this for me. Because before going to the dailies, I feel like, you know, I need you all to watch this early. Because I'm always saying this, and and at the end of the day, and I could tell all you, I don't really care about the likes. Numbers is a good thing, you know. Numbers is amazing. But a lot of us, we selling our soul to just be famous. To just be able to say, yeah boy, I clock 100 and something views, or I do 10K, or I do this, or I do that, or I do the other, and there's so much people just come and watch me and this, that, and I mean, that is good. It helps with advertising. But when it is you want to choose between somebody's life for kicks, we have a problem. I want you all just to watch this video with me really quick before I go into the dailies. Yeah, just watch this video here with me. I'm not going to play the audio because these guys, you know, they buy a bar. So they ain't too thing. But if you watch this video here, you see a white Mercedes Benz. What? Like I'm trying to set up myself here. I can't take nothing from that today. There's no. All right, I'll just pull this line down. So if you all could see here, I don't know where you just call that area, but you see the guy in the person in the white Mercedes Benz. The people in the inception is saying he had bad. Look at, they had almost a minute and more to come out of that bar. Look, and he made his way down, facing west on the eastern side of the road, right? And you're recording. Thank God the traffic wasn't going in such a fast manner that would have been a head-on collision. And instead of somebody coming and saying, hey, bro, you okay to drive? They didn't do that. Instead, we armed our phones to put on social media and to catch our little kicks. I don't know. Probably it's worth it. I don't know. All you feel it with it. And if that person died, what we would have said, boy? It's unfortunate. I shoulda. We need to be responsible. Father. Let's go into the dailies today on the Express. Venezuelan beauty queen gets death threats. Imagine that. And I have my own reservations where this is concerned. I really have my own reservations where this is concerned. The Venezuelan national who won a beauty contest to represent Trinidad and Tobago at the Miss Grand International pageant has been receiving death threats. The matter has been reported to the police. A source close to the beauty queen confirmed yesterday. All right? Let me just zoom this up a little bit because I'm a little blind. Right? It is the latest development in what has been a week of online hate leveled against the beauty queen. A victory at last Sunday's Miss Grand TNT pageant caused an uproar, with many people taking to social media to question her eligibility and criticize the judge's decision. In the days following the pageant, the franchise holder of Mr. and Mrs. Grand TNT Stolen Productions Limited and Materano's manager, Cherise Parsons, who has also been trolled on social media, stated categorically that the 29-year-old businesswoman who operates her own registered company met all criteria required by the international body. Late last week, Materano called for an end to the hate and negativity, but the attacks have amplified. "Get the expletive out or get dead," posted one commenter below a video reel featuring Materano, which was uploaded to social media. Materano's management team declined to comment. The matter is being investigated. A source told the Express yesterday, Kimberly, well, no, that story was by Kimberly Wallace. I don't know about y'all where this whole situation is concerned. I mean, I can't understand, and I don't know how you all feel, but I can't understand for sure, in terms of, you're having somebody who is not a national, a national of your country, representing your country. And I know that we have some. I mean, there are ways that you could express how you feel without it going and reaching to this height. I could only imagine how that feels. Intruder shot dead by FUL owner, right? An unidentified man who attempted to invade a home in St. Augustine yesterday morning was fatally shot by the homeowner. The owner of the home is the holder of a firearm user's license. The incident took place around 4 a.m. at Freeman Road in St. Augustine. 3 bandits went to the house and forced their way inside. However, the homeowner drew his licensed firearm and called out to the suspects to leave. When the men did not, he opened fire. 2 of the bandits were shot, but all 3 ran out of the home. 1 ran a short distance away before falling into a drain. The other 2 fled. The police were notified, and officers from the Tunapuna Police Station and the Homicide Bureau responded. Up to last night, the dead bandit had not been positively identified. He appeared to be in his early 20s, of African descent, with a cornrow hairstyle, clad in a blue and white jersey with a green sweater, 3/4 pants, and a Nike slippers, police said. Imagine you're going to rob a man in our slippers. When the Sunday Express visited the scene, residents of the area said they felt no sympathy for the deceased. It's about time. You want to live this life, then you have to face the consequences. Every other day you're hearing about home invasions, robberies, rapes, murders, and shootings. The police of the country are fed up, and it's time they stand up for themselves. If the people cannot do it, then I think, if the police, cannot do it, then I think that the citizens should be given FULs and are allowed to defend themselves, because we cannot be living in a country in fear, one resident said. On August 23rd, FUL holder shot a would-be bandit outside Express House in Port of Spain during an attempted robbery. The suspect was shot in the right leg. On August 9th, 18-year-old Cadell Wint was fatally shot while attempting to rob Leela's Bar at Piaco Old Road in Dabadi. And one of the intended victims was the holder of a FUL and had his licensed weapon on him. In Aba? Okay. Wint and his accomplice, who is also 18, and the same community, were both shot in the ordeal. Guys, let's go pay some bills, and when we come back, we're going to come back with some more. This is Voices on the Street on the 919. You understand? And this is where what is unheard is amplified. Be right back.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The Santa Rosa First Peoples Community, in collaboration with the Center for Orientation and Integral Research, COIN, and the Caribbean United Against GBV, presents a 12-part series on gender-based violence intervention and prevention measures under the theme, Unmasking Myths, Promoting Peace. Tune into the Street 91.9 FM Mondays 12:30 p.m. and Thursdays at 11:50 a.m. Don't miss this.
If you want greater respect from your bankers, bosses, those in authority, then words matter. If you want more productive business relationships with coworkers, customers, or clients, then join Dr. Madonna on the Street 919 FM every Monday 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces. Dr. Madonna will help you unlock the secret power of words for your financial, relationship, and physical well-being. Whether you work at home, on the road, or in an organization, join Dr. Madonna every Monday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Words Matter. Communication for joyful workplaces.
Better Deal Supermarket, 70 Aranguez Road. Always a better deal. Green evaporated milk 4 for $19.99. Golden brand margarine 227 grams 3 for $19.99. Nestle milk 1 liter 2 for $24.99. Oasis water 330 ml 5 cases for $89.99. At Better Deal Supermarket, Mira and parboiled rice 900 grams 3 for $27.99. Coke 2 liter 2 for $19.99. Remember to compare your total bill. Nutrina thighs 2 packs for $19.99. Goats 2 $19.99 per pound. At Better Deal Supermarket, lamb stew $23.99 per pound. Primo oil 900 ml $14.99. And much more in store for you at Better Deal Supermarket, 70 Aranguez Road, Sawa. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see more. Offer runs till September 12th, 2023.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dad Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You could also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Oni Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, the Truth, the Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Guys, so we inside. It's just about 38 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. I actually was just speaking to the person that I wanted to come and talk to y'all. You know, she's been going through a lot lately, and where this is concerned, and so we're gonna join with her in about 20 minutes. So I need y'all, when that time comes, you know, just to share the live, let people know, hey, come on, we want to hear this. And of course, you know, where y'all could help. I know y'all have never failed yet. Where y'all can help, to help. I believe that this is a pressing issue. Let me just read the message that she sent to me first, so you'll get an idea of it, and then I'm going to go back into the dailies, and then by that time, she's going to be on the line with us. We'll talk about that for a little bit, and then we go from there, so you could clarify what is happening. She said, hi, good evening. My name is, I got your contact from, I'm a mom of 5 looking for assistance with school supplies, groceries, clothing for my kids, and personal hygiene stuff. I walked out of a 13-year abusive relationship where even the kids were abused. I started renting on my own but wasn't able to pay it. My dad lived with my granny and she died, so I was able to move in with him for now. Bills here to pay on my own because my dad is not well. I am just reaching out to who is in no position to help me, as I'm the older sister and the smaller one goes to school as well. It's really tough. I know God will make a way for taking the step I did so bravely. I have registered a small business that is now no more because I use every cent that I have taking care of the bills and the kids without an income for the past few years. So now I have reached in a state where I can't make it at all. It's so much I'm going through, but the only thing I'm studying the most is to get help to send these kids back out to school, because I want them to make better choices than I did and have a better life for themselves. I already got 2 of them out on Monday, gone. Another one is going out on Monday coming, as I was able to get some stuff for her. So now I'm just left with one of them who basically needs everything to go back out. Once I get the uniform and some notebooks, shoes and book bag, I will send out and try to accumulate the textbooks after. Also, I can get some groceries for any kind and personal hygiene stuff for them as well. Anything is greatly appreciated. Thank you. And I get a lot of messages like these, but this one in particular, stood out. Somebody has called me in regards to this person as well. I got the book list and stuff because the child is a Form 4 student. Second week of school, could be about the second week or the first week already gone. Today's the 17th. So we could say the second week of school. And the child has been unable to go to school. All right? Because, she is unable to get the books, get the uniform, and all these different things. And even to have like the basic necessities for school. Unable to. And it's sad. And I think that, each one could help one, and we've all gone through our little issues and scenarios, and I've double-checked this situation. I've gone to verify. The process takes longer now because, you have to verify everybody with a story. And I want to bring her so that you all could hear for yourself in terms of firsthand what is happening with her, what is going on, what exactly is needed. And, hopefully we can come together and assist where needs be. Only because I know is who it is on the line. Call her morning.
Morning.
Hey, morning, Mano.
Yeah, man. But that's why I like Aisha, because you see, because I talked to Aisha and Aisha, I didn't have to come and bring nothing at all. But when you're giving things, you don't want to say who you're giving it to. You don't, because you don't know who you're giving. So you're giving to somebody who you don't know, and the person you're giving it to don't know you.
Right.
So I'd like to donate something, but they'll have to come for it. Somebody have to come for it. That's why I like Aisha. She'll reach already.
Right. Well, we could work out something because, I say, well, we will work out something because, even with reaching is the next thing, probably have to get somebody who will be able to assist in kind of going and rounds up stuff, because I know some of us, we're not mobile to move around and that kind of thing. But we'll work out something because I know this woman, she really needs help.
Give me number.
Give her your number. No problem.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah. Everything good with you otherwise?
Well, on a little, I'm not really very a little bit, but keep me kind of down from moving about 20, but spiritually good.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Once you're spiritually good, the canal goes down.
Morning to all the listeners who listening. Mr. Napuna, good morning to you and everybody who listening, and good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see what's happening here.
Good morning, Dale. Happy Sunday. Tobago sunshine in the house. Well, yes, Dale. I have a costume here waiting on me, Come on over. We're ready. Things heating up here in Tobago for the October Carnival. But on a serious note, I hear I was reading an article where these young men break open in people's place. And if you break coming in my place, I'm supposed to be able to defend myself. But you hear me say, who is it? You're not welcome here. Please leave. I as a bandit, I busting out because I don't know what you have there. Supposing I had 2 little Rottweiler inside that day and the tear you apart. Now, mind you, it gonna be kind of dangerous for me too, because I did overforce, because the person who shoot the young bandit, even though he said what he said, remember police still had to lock you up. Do an investigation to find out if it is truth of the outcome of this thing when you're trying to protect yourself in your own house. Dale, right now, I'm sick and tired of hearing people getting killed in the home, police gone down this one and that one. I am fed up, but we have to protect ourselves. And with the man who driving in the other direction, I was down in that area last week when I came down to Trinidad, and we was using the Google map. Boy, and we of ourselves end up in the wrong direction. Is a person who was selling tell me, no, you're going the wrong direction. Because remember, Google Map can tell we there is a wrong exit. And we turn around, we ask the person, well, we're looking for so, and they tell we go back wrong the roundabout, go over back the flyover, and then go so. So these things can happen, but these days, everything is a phone putting out everything out there, and the right thing they're supposed to be putting out, they're not putting out. So they're like locked on and listening, enjoying the topic, darling.
All right, thank you. Caller, good morning.
Dale.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you, my dearie.
Good morning. How are you going?
I good, thank God, for another day in the land of the living. Any topic you're speaking about?
Nothing in particular at this point in time. We were just touching in on the dailies in terms of the beauty pageant.
Oh, Dale, I see the demanding letter into proof, right? They saw that five authority, right? They're going again to pay good tongues like it's hurting them. Yeah? This Anna Ramdas or whatever she named, you understand me? She wants to know who's the pen and financer. Then, are you aware of the fact that they did send this thing to the Integrity Commission and they closed it?
Yeah. So I don't know why they're going back again.
Why it is. I'm fed up with them. I'm fed up. You hear what I'm telling you about?
Yeah.
Gail, I don't know what it is, Dr. Rowley, what white for they eat. Dr. Rowley take from them. They only on Dr. Rowley back right through. Right through, Gail.
I don't know.
It is not Darrell Smith, you hear what I'm telling you about? It's Dr. Rowley. And Gail, you know what hurts me? The main thing that the opposition leaders supposed to sit with. You hear what I'm telling you? You know they're not sitting on that. Dale, you know the one who say they make a baby, the half a man and the half a woman, you know him? Huh? Yeah, as I just say, huh? You only studying people's business and you're not studying yours. You hear what I'm telling you about? Dale, it has hurt me so much. And you know what I notice now? Everything is to them, they're filing, or they're going to court. You hear what I'm telling you about? Dale, I want to ask you a question this morning. Is LAT an independent body?
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be. Right, or a political arm of a political party? You hear what I'm asking you?
Yeah.
Just like I asked the question yesterday. How you could be a pastor on a Sunday and a judge during the week, Dale? You hear what I'm telling you about, Dale?
Right.
I am asking questions. And I am looking at, you see these judges and then they are there. We all eyes are open on you all right now. I mean to say, Jail, it's to be hearing. You don't have to put on a glasses to see, you know, Dale, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right. You don't have to put on to see.
Dale, is Keith Christopher Rowley to the Trinidad and Tobago, Dale?
As far as I hear,
family?
yeah, they're citizens.
You sure?
Last time I hear, for how many years now, I hear the man is a Tobagonian, to be exact. So I don't know.
And to Mr. Farley, know what you're doing, and what I'm telling you about. It's time you get your act together. I listen to Farley talking a pack of rubbish, Tobago government. Tobago have a government, Dale? And what is Trinidad and Tobago?
Only some things for them is just Tobago alone.
Yeah, because he's skating if he meets with you is a destruction, right? You understand what I'm telling you about? Dale, have a good one, my darling.
Thank you very much. And another something that is very important, and I have tried my very best to stay away even from this whole Farley, Tobago, anatomy, because I'm not sure if the people understand when it is they talk about autonomy. And they're talking about all these different things where, they're saying, Tobago needs to become independent and this and that. And then you will still sit down and say, Trinidad and you want a bigger budget and you want this and you want that. And I haven't really seen, responsible spending, where things are concerned that would actually uplift Tobago, to help Tobago to make money in terms of tourism and all these different things. These are the things that you have to sit down and focus on, because Tobago is the mecca for tourism. I've seen people leave Trinidad to go vacation in Tobago. And I have friends, just about this last week alone, I had a friend went to Tobago, and the views is like none other. Going to the beaches and all these different things. And Tobago is a beautiful place. Tobago is a beautiful place, but who are the people and the minds that are coming together to sit down and say, hey, let us put things in place that we make Tobago a place that people want to come, a destination, to revamp that, and a place that, money is going to be made. And not just a place where tourists are being extorted, because there is no level of they haven't level pricing and all these different things. Because I've been to Tobago already, and I remember at a point in time I had to tell a man, hello, I am a so-and-so Trinidad. No. You can't charge me that kind of money because it's ridiculous. Thinking that, I'm a tourist. And I met a lot of tourists over there, a lot of foreigners, and, we had a nice little time. I went across Tobago by myself for my birthday, and I said, you know what, I'm going to have a good time. That was about 3 or 4 years ago, 4 years ago. And I went over to Tobago by myself, picked up myself, called in, and I said, I'm unable to come to work. I will not be in work for the next 2-3 days. And I went, jumped on a plane, parked my car up in the airport, and I reached over there, made a couple of phone calls, got a rental, got a place to stay. Beautiful place on the beach line. And I had a ball. I did the glass bottom boat tour. I had a splendid time, and then I met up with some foreigners who were on the island vacation, and they just arrived the same time that I arrived. And we decided, we teamed up. They didn't have a driver. I had a vehicle. We bartered in terms of, we went places, they paid, and all these different things, and I had an amazing time. And Tobagonians need to understand the gem and the wit that they have. And not just study, well, all right, carnival and this, that, because carnival is a good thing. But carnival, where it is that we have tourists that actually want to come in. So we are fighting autonomy, and we want all of this nice, fancy talk. And we want to fight this and fight that, instead of saying, okay, the Tobagonians have put trust in us to run the Tobago House of Assembly, which is an extension of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. The same way like how the corporations are, where you have the different municipal corporations. The only thing is that the House of Assembly have a little bit more power than a corporation. Right? And we're not saying, okay, let's put pen to paper. Let's make sense out of this. Let's do this thing that it benefits Tobagonians. And let's start from there. But I guess the only thing is that we will stand up on a platform and say who have the power to do what, and who not welcome here, and who not this, and who not that, and be disrespectful, and nobody reprimands anybody where that is concerned. It's a shame. It's very a shame. It's shameful. Caller, good morning.
Morning, dear.
Hey, what going on, brother? Long time in here. Long time in here from you.
Yeah, boy.
And
you really leave out working right now, eh?
Serious.
Yeah. I don't play. As long as I have and shrink and the woman walk, I walk in.
Yeah. But you had to go.
You see when them days short and I watch our pay slip there, I cannot deal with that.
Nah, we can't do that.
So as long as I have health and strength, I jumping out. Till morning to your listeners and viewers, 91.9 family, and to you. And you see this now. You know, as I talk about the Tobago issue, what I just want people to check out is, have we observed how stupid and dumb and dotish we was to accept the naysayers or to lay by and let them allow development of our country to be obstructed? You watching what Sandals could have been Tobago deal? You know these people was gonna get they get in an international airport. You know, people try to fight on the building of an international airport that was supposed to work in tandem with the Sandals. A big brand name product. Well, a lot of people calling on another program and good lament, and they hear them they talk about the economy and how it linking to the airport, and I say where these people was when these haters was trying to prevent all you from getting something that was going to generate so much employment. You understand? So all I just be interested in is, are we taking note and how can we avoid in the future being duped by a bunch of people that just, so I don't even believe they're from this planet. The way how they just want to stop progress and stop people from benefiting from things that will be, look at the steel plant we would have, look at the smelter we would have, look at the kind of, you know, Tobago have one of the most advanced electrical power plants in the world. I was involved in that project. You know that, Dale? You know that, eh? Yeah, it could supply the whole Caribbean. That one of the things that the PNM do, that the government do for them. I was involved in that project, real mega project. And that is one of the most advanced electrical power plants in the hemisphere, and it ranking in the world. That's what the engineers and them told me when we was doing that. And I just want people to understand that we need to identify dotish talk and stupidity and fight down before it happens. So take note of how all you lost out on Sandals with the stupid talk. Take note on the things that all you will lose out on when they realize that it will help all you to develop. But they will stay just how all is, create the problem for them to come and help all you. They'll have a nice day. I just hope people take note.
I hope so.
That is all. Note to self.
I hope so too. I really hope so too. You know, good sense prevail.
Dale, Tobago used to be filled with people from all over the world. PNM started to put things in place. Remember, Tobago used to be getting current from Trinidad. Now we have Cove that was built by a PNM administration. And it wasn't just built just so off a VAPs. Both Trinidad and Tobago, PNM, sit down and say, here, well, it's time enough Tobago prepare itself for this self-governance that it wants. That we would not be dependent too much on Trinidad for everything. But they want Tobago to be a tourist destination. You cannot have Tobago as a tourist destination and look like a shanty town, which it used to be. And Mr. Over London say, here, well, let me put up a plan to help the business people and them to beautify Scarborough. And that is what he did. It only have one building. For heaven's sake, I don't know what this young lady doing with this building that she inherited. Up and burn it hill until it break down on its own. And she didn't do nothing with the building. They sent a letter for try to take she to court. But nevertheless, it took one incident that bring the tourism in Tobago down the drain. There was an incident with a couple, young Bacalet. They had charged a young man, but that was not the person, so they had to let him go. And you know, once is these people up there, what would happen? So they do like if it's only in Tobago, these things just happen, and the tourism just went down the drain. And then you had Miss Tracy Davidson, she came in being the tourist secretary tourism secretary, and she went out there to bring in flights to get people to come in, the tourist ship and all this. You figure tourist ship was coming in here like that? Is the PNM try to do things for Tobago to be independent of its own? Things have changed drastically. You don't need to go Trinidad to send your birth paper and all these things. They put these things in place for self-governance. But when you poison the people and their mind who have the hate for PNM and only saying that PNM will never do nothing for 21 years, but oops, here comes flip-flop falling. Sit down on a platform and praise the same PNM where he say didn't do nothing for 21 years about the community centers and the centers. You understand? So they just fool the people, and some of them gravitate, but some of them now catching the senses. It's just like the dog will see the reflection with the bone, drop the big bone where he had in the mouth for the bigger one and got nothing. And this is what happening now in Tobago. We're in a hot
mess. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dale. Good morning. You know what caused this whole thing with Tobago and Tobago do like Trinidad? You have to blame the media. The media is the cause that all this thing that happening. Thing too. We people, we are very emotional, and we doesn't use our brain to think. As soon as somebody says something, we run with it. And that is what's going on in this country today, because other people control the media, and whatever they feed to us, we just take it without thinking. And that is why when I used to go to school, I had a teacher who always used to say, talking without thinking come like shooting without aiming. We doesn't think before we act. And when it happens, and we fall in trap, we like to say, oh gosh, if I only knew, this will never happen. The same thing with Patrick Augustus Manning. The media feed we all kind of things, and look what's happening to this day. The same thing with Rowley, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. The media feed us, and we want to run with it without facts. That is the problem today, and it's time for black people to wake up and open your eyes and stop letting other people spoon feed you with propaganda and bad news. Have a good morning.
Thank you very much. And indeed, the media have a part to play. I will take responsibility. Although it's not me. I don't come out and put out some kind of shippiness out there. But the media has a part to play in responsibly reporting. And, also putting out certain things out there for people. That's why in some countries, and that's a song like anybody else, but in some countries, they control what the media says and what they don't say, what they put out and what they... All the negative, but we don't like to talk about the positive. There's so many positive things happening all over. All in Trinidad, all in Tobago. But how many of us would see that going viral? We quicker see a video of something else happening. And matter of fact, you put it, let me turn it to me. If I'm doing a whole set of positive things, you ain't going to see that go viral. Nothing or whatever, it's going to go viral. Because that's what the people don't really, they don't want better. And I've been seeing, things happening with Tobago. And I want Tobago to be able to stand up on their own 2 feet. But, of course, it has to make sense. And I'm sure, like, when you all would have gotten the phone, you all heard the callers calling in and talking about the different things that Tobago has benefited. Because I remember a long time it had Tobago was getting current from Trinidad. The shortest point to Tobago would have been Toco, so the power was coming from Toco going straight across to Tobago. And anytime they had a power outage, Tobago had a power outage. And things have progressively upgraded. And we're supposed to just push to get better. That's all you know. Better is the code. Better. That's all. I don't see the point in us fighting one another and calling this one name and calling that one name and saying this one this and that one that and all these kind of foolishness. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't benefit anybody. Doesn't benefit any one of us. Right. The phone lines are open straight through. I'm not going to open it at a specific time. The lines are open right through. You could call in. Once I see it blazing, we would take the calls. 342-0081, 466-5391. That's the only two numbers that is working via WhatsApp or normal call. 342-0081 and 466-5391. I would have finished reading through in terms of the Express, what is happening there. And let me see here. Right. So let me just pull up this, which is the home invasion. So we read that. Let me just go through what is happening in the news day. Heat delays. The thing just disappeared me there now. ECA examining minimum wage issue. Angus Eves supports the footballers even if you don't like me. Jasmine brings Caribbean cuisine to Times Square. Chief Secretary, THA has no time for Duke. Ouch. Let me just click in on that one a little bit there. THA has no time for Duke, boy. Wow. Activist pushes for new probe into PM's townhouse purchase. And the thing about it is, only excuse me a little bit. Let me just rant a little, just a little teeny bit. The purchase of a townhouse, the Prime Minister purchased a townhouse. What is the big issue? We have so many pressing things to deal with for the nation. There was a probe before. The probe foil and shut down and roll and mash up and everything. You're going back into that again. So that's all we're wasting our resources on. Probing into these things when we could probe into things that would make sense. I don't know. I just asking out loud. Rambali banks cutting forex peril for SME sector. I got an email that just day before yesterday as well, talking about the cutting foreign exchange and the access to it again. Yo, I don't know now. As a small business owner, you will get licks because we do a lot of back and forth with foreign currency and all these different things, and also even the tools that I use, this foreign currency I have to acquire to be able to get these on a monthly basis. It's different. It's difficult. Firefighters battle with trauma on job as lives property lost. Fire hydrant hamper fire service efforts. All right, I wanted to read this thing with Chief Secretary and Watson Duke. Citing the serious work his administration has to deal with, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine says he does not have the time to respond to the call of Progressive Democratic Patriots leader to reconcile. Augustine, the interim political leader of the Tobago People's Party, told reporters he had yet to respond to Watson's call to join forces to serve the people of the island. Duke made the call approximately 1 week ago during a news conference at the Progressive Democratic Patriots headquarters at Port Mall in Scarborough. He told reporters he had written to Augustine asking that they reconcile their differences in the interest of Tobago's development, adding that he sent messages to Augustine via email and WhatsApp. He later confirmed that he had received no response. After the commissioning of the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman in Scarborough on Friday, Augustine confirmed that he did not respond. If I show you my phone now, I will show you over 3,000 WhatsApp messages to be cleared, hundreds of emails that my staff and I respond to every day. We tend to keep what's important to the top. He wished Duke the best. I have absolutely nothing against Mr. Duke. I see him as a colleague of mine. I see him as a member of the Tobago House of Assembly that ought to be respected in such a light. But he said his team will not be distracted from their job. I'm sorry for his significant loss in Port of Spain. I'm sorry that Trinidad did not love him the way Roxborough loved him. I'm not that he is not nothing that he is now preaching the language of humility, given that he has been humbled in Port of Spain. Ouch. All the best to him, but at this point, the government of the island has serious issues to treat with. We can't be distracted by people and their feelings, or people and their indecisiveness, and all of that. We have serious challenges to overcome. Both men led the PDP team that beat the PNM 14-1 and the 2021 THA election. Augustine became the chief secretary and made Duke his deputy in September 2022. Duke made claims on social media that Augustine had abandoned a team of 27 members of Roxborough folk performing group in New York after a week-long public spat. Duke resigned as deputy chief sec. He also fired Augustine, Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Dr. Faith B. Israel and Alicia Roberts Patterson as deputy leader of the PDP. In December 2022, after much public speculation, Farley and the entire administration of the THA resigned from the PDP, prompting calls for Duke for fresh elections. The two had several other public spats since then, but in and about turn after local government election in Trinidad on August 14, Duke extended an olive branch to Augustine, calling on him to put the past aside. Aye. Caller, good morning, good afternoon, good day.
Dale. Dale.
Yes, Bobby.
It's me again, right?
Yeah.
Well, between me and you, best Farley really keep his strength because you have a bridge you have to cross just now, right? You hear me?
Yeah.
Right. Dale, is the opposition leader serious in Trinidad and Tobago? I am hearing, yes, they're going to go at the table to meet the Prime Minister, and she including Gary. Yes?
She including who, Gary?
Gary Griffith will be there. Yes, let me repeat this for like because I want you to understand and I'm going slowly. Gary Griffith, Commissioner of Police, will be there on the table when they're going to meet Keith Christopher Rowley. You hear me right, love? Mm-hmm. These people are serious in Trinidad and Tobago.
Very serious.
You think they're serious? You hear what I'm telling you about? Because Gary know this and Gary know that and Gary know this. Dale, have a good afternoon and enjoy your productive week ahead of you.
But I feel like better. We'll see that deal. But I don't know. I don't find better Gary Griffith just join the UNC and done like just go back home. You know, just go back home because like just join back the UNC and let them give him a portfolio in the opposition bench and call that judge. I don't know. Like, who we fooling? Call her.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Calling from Iwer, Princetown.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Eat properly, exercise, jealous no one, and make a stranger laugh or happy. Dale, I now heard on the news here on 95.5 that, the UNC always has a Sunday morning chat. And they were saying they will meet with the government on the crime, but Gary Griffith must be included in that talks. Now, they'll hear me. Palarat say, Dr. Rowley, he said Rowley, he must put away all his, what the late Patrick Manning had said about him, his animosity. But they'll hear what I think they should do, and I hope they're hearing me. Let Gary Griffith apologize on the TV and radio for the nasty things he has been saying about Dr. Rowley and the Minister of National Security. I think he must apologize in order to go into that security, because they'll I mean, and you see how the opposition deadly, because Palarat say Gary Griffith has a lot of plans and he must be included. He can jump in the party just so who is he? He's too disrespectful. And anytime they don't allow him to apologize on the TV and radio to Dr. Rowley and Minister Hines, and if Dr. Rowley said no, they don't want him there, well, You know, every newspaper will have the pin them down as the worst thing because, you know, they will say they don't want to cooperate. But I mean, why Gary Griffith must be in that? Why? But I'll leave it there.
Wow. I'm looking for the I'll listen to this.
The local government elections. It is not whether the opposition will bring him as part of our team. The issue is that the government needs to accept help from persons who have a proven track record and who can help. The Prime Minister has to humble himself, as I said. His problem is his judgment is clouded by personal hate. So we are saying to the Prime Minister this morning, humble yourself. Bring persons to the table like Gary Griffith. Include Gary Griffith, who has a proven track record in dealing with bringing down serious crime in the country. So I'm almost certain that Mrs. Prasad-Bissessar will be engaging with others within the party and in our accommodation to determine who those persons will be. But the bigger issue is the Prime Minister must understand it is not only the opposition. We have reached crisis stage where it is all hands on deck, literally. And therefore, we are not in support of this sort of clandestine approach where you meet behind closed doors. It is time this country has frank conversations of what needs to be done and the players that needs to be involved. So, as I said, the Prime Minister cannot continue to use this personal hate and acrimony that he has for persons in the opposition who are opposed to him or in the national space, but rather put country first.
And also to Father, do you have any information on possible investors interested in purchasing Master or Theatre? That's for that question.
We have heard in the past of Chinese companies in particular.
All right, so I just wanted to play that part for you all, because that just happened. Just a little while ago, that happened. Caller, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
Why this thing so juicy, boy? this Sunday afternoon.
I just try to keep calm, you know, but they're not allowing me to be calm.
No, but it's good. And it's good conversation because the public has to get involved. And based on that, but I wanted to say this, when they bring in Gary, I want Mr. Wayne Head, I think is his name. This guy, they should have him on the round table as well, sitting there. If Gary could make decisions, because listen, they said they're not about country, right? And we know the behavior of Gary Griffith. Plus, Gary Griffith do not want certain things to be revealed to the public, okay? And if we're talking about crime, we must know your background, right? And there are a lot of crime not committed by those little boys who are given guns and drugs, but who also import those things, right? And who have the speedboat and the deep pockets, okay? We have to tackle those things as well, Dale, because it affects all of us, right? It's not just when you create that situation in the country by giving people and manipulating their manipulating their mind to do things to distract the governance of the country. We have to address all of those things. And it's not that Dr. Eric,
what's it, Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, they get more here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not as if he hates anybody. He wants people to talk out because he needs help. The thing about it is what they are saying. They feel alienated because they're creating problem out there. They're the one who's saying a whole lot of things about Dr. Rowley, right? And I don't understand how people could come and just push him to the corner, you know, and say, well, we have you. And when you are the one that creating those utterances in the society, right? So I'm glad the people are speaking up, and they're speaking up whether we like it or not to hear, but we must know what the public feel about it. Have a good afternoon, Dale, and others.
Thank you very much. Same to you. You have a great afternoon as well. Call it,
Dale.
Yeah, brother.
Sorry about that, bro.
That's
all right. Good thing I ain't use no construction language, bro. Yeah, but Dale, what rubbish are you in here, bro? I know it has something coming to slap you in the back of your head, you know. Just now. Listen, we don't want to hear nothing about that. Why the opposition doing all these little children horror movie things, boy? What kind of dotish extortion gangster vibes is this? What stupid is that, brother, talking about? Rolly has a, listen, Dale, I cannot for black people to follow. Why will she resign, boy? You know that whole dotish is going to transfer to somebody else? Mm-hmm. You know, this atmosphere here with Dr. Rowley is the same atmosphere with Mr. Patrick Manning, and they just laud him and applaud him right now. Preventing good things from happening and then coming and blame the government after they prevent things, after they create things, after they create problems, and they know they create them, and they know it will keep going. You know, they come in and still blaming, and it's that Gary Griffith you want to say about it. That the person has to be involved. Deal. This country is a tortured country. In closing, you know I don't like about Trinidad and Tobago. You know I don't like about some of these elites and some of these commentators and some of these columnists and them. 3 men go be beating a man on the ground with each one of them have 2x4. You know they're going to the man on the ground and saying, the man bawling out in pain. They're going to the man and saying on the ground and saying, no, you must live in love. You must come together and sing Kumbaya and stop screaming. Why about behave yourself? They ain't telling the man who beat any man nothing, eh? They going to the man screaming on the ground to tell he has to learn to live in love and stop living in Bacchanal. This country does get my crow, boy. But some of them could go to the hell place, you know, with the dotishness that they're bringing up in this country, you know. Have a good one, Deal. Thanks for allowing no more country.
Thank you very much. I don't know how to feel, but I think this I don't know. Call morning.
Hello, Dale.
Hey, what's up?
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I had to call back quick. Okay. I will in the house again. Eat properly, exercise, let someone make a stranger laugh or happy. Dale, okay, they want him to be on that crime talk committee. He must let the parliament get the records that he has in the court blocking from the country. Are you with me, Dale?
Mm-hmm.
What he's hiding from the country. When Dr. Rowley spoke about it, I think was in Diego Martin, he had was to just speak maybe 2 words and hush, because he said it is in court. So if Gary Griffith could only let it show the country that Lovedale, it is so want to be a part of the crime, let that thing be revealed in Parliament. You don't think so, Dale? Let it come out in Parliament? As the brother now said before, Alien Man, we have a lot of jokers, you know, plenty jokers, you know. And these jokers are educated, but I mean, educated in a jokey way. The man hide, he said this big judge, I think it's Stanley John, he called him an ugly name because he said certain things what he did as Commissioner Dale. People not remembering those things or what? And this Mr. Parado, keep talking once in a... There I gone, man.
Caller, good afternoon. Okay, the person hung up, same speed.
Gary Griffith shouldn't be included in that meeting at all. Firstly, he's too disrespectful. Secondly, when he and Rowley had the little spat, he threatened to release information and that it could have caused elections and this and that. Let Gary Griffith stay outside like the lapdog that he is and sit down outside and cool it until when the masters and them come out and tell him, well, whoever went on inside. And Barry, Mr. Barry Padarat should study that. Anyhow. Try not to sink when you go in the river or the beach, Barry. Study that.
people.
Try not to sink.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Dale.
Good afternoon, Angie.
Dale, that recording you played just now, whose voice was that?
I don't know.
Because to me, I hear that person talk about the studying country. And if it is who I think it is, the leader said it for the world to hear. Party before country. So what happened? They're not agreeing there or what? Because she said it. Party before country. And make sure if you ain't put it in that order, go to hell. I remember that. So I can't understand why they're talking about country first now. I don't understand that. And I'll try to figure out who voice it is. I ain't get who voice it is. It sounds like good and right, but I ain't sure.
Caller, good morning.
Dale.
Yeah, mommy.
Here is. You know I would like Dr. Ali to invite to sit on the table with him. Start. You hear me, Dale?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I want Gary. Hear what I'm telling you today. I hope you listen. Remember the FIU? Dale, that is what I want Dr. Ali to bring. Bring Stanley John and Mr. Virgil. Daily I gone.
So, here what I'm saying, I want to carry all your down memory lane a little bit. The same party, Efred and them. And we go down memory lane a little bit now. Let's go.
I can assure the CPL, the Caribbean community, that at this point in time, the Cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago and the Prime Minister have changed nothing. So I do not know what Gary Griffith has changed, on what basis, on what authority, or who told him, who advised him, or if he discussed with Pena. But there has been no reversal.
You remember that? You remember what that was for? Who could tell me what that was for? Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. D. And
hey,
good afternoon to your callers, dear listeners, and the wider audience. Mr. Dale, you know something over the years dealing in this situation. I noticed something. There's an old saying, where there is smoke, there is fire. And whenever there's Miss Bissess and them making big hullabaloo in the front, and trying to divert people's attention to somewhere else, people need to check the court. Either something.
Let me go to Gary best friend now. Let me just play this video with Gary best friend, and then you'll go take some break. We'll take a break and we'll be back. What's Gary best friend?
Look how your whole farce of a party falling apart. You're going to detonate like a bomb in the UNC. You went to tell them you will be Rowley's biggest headache, but you're Kamala's biggest headache right now. You're giving the UNC toxic shock syndrome. They don't know what to do with you. None of the senior members of the UNC want to be seen with you. They don't like you. They're not forgiving you. They don't want to accommodate you. So it's you and Kamala. And you seem to have come to help Kamala go. And that's the big play. Because everybody's talking about the farce that is the NTA. Tell them about Point Fortin, Gary. Tell them about all the candidates that Kamala dispersed with because they were entering into an alliance with you, thinking that the NTA had followers or that you had candidates. You had nobody. Tell them you and Kamala didn't have to go cap in hand begging Jack Warner for ILP candidates now, so that the NTA could have people to nominate election day. Tell them that's why when you're on the radio and on the TV and on all the interviews, you can't talk about none of your candidates because you don't know none of your candidates. You don't know who they are, where they're from, what they're capable of. Jack help all you out and pull your ass out the fire. Tell them, Gary, you know your mouth big. You know you like to talk, but you want to go in people's DMs. You want to dive deep in people messages, message box, inbox, and bad talk, Philip. Why you don't come outside and talk? What it is about? What it is? You're going, you're private messaging people to bad talk me. You're coming across like a little pussy.
All right, so I don't know. We're going to pay the bills and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM. on-the-go experience in radio. Simply go to your Android device and download Instant Radio. Select Trinidad and Tobago and click the street 919 FM so you can listen to us wherever you want.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dad Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You could also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Share the line. Share the line. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the line. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the line. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the line. The Street 919 FM.
I want to say categorically as well, I do apologize for the last video that I played in terms of, not too friendly radio language coming down to the last end, But I want to bring to the forefront in terms of where it all started with Gary Griffith. And then we're going to open the lines again. I want you all to jump on the live and watch this video. Where it started. You all remember what happened in Parliament when they spoke about the best man for the job, right? And how Gary Griffith would have destroyed that. So let's start from there.
If I came in here, I instructed the leader of government business to lift the whip on all PNM members of Parliament. I do so now, and every PNM member is free to vote for or against these motions. And Madam Speaker, I beg to move. Yes.
Member for Laventille West. While I appreciate your exuberance, please remember where we are. Honorable members, the question is, be it resolved that the notification of the President of the nomination by the Police Service Commission of Mr. Gary Griffith to the Office of Commissioner of Police be approved. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? The ayes have it.
So remember, this was a monumentous day. And then we have this. So I want to play this for you all now. Taking this, it's not long. And then we will open back the phone lines. I confuse with certain things, But anyhow, you're taking this.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. So we have seen now that Keith Rowley's hatred for Gary Griffith. He has now made a statement stating that this was the biggest mistake of his life. No, Keith Rowley, the biggest mistake in Trinidad and Tobago's 60 years was selecting you as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and we will ensure that that is changed very soon. Patrick Manning made a comment when he stated that this individual is totally out of control when he does not have his way. That is exactly what is happening now. It gives the impression that I will go after and target political opponents. And this is what it is. So to clarify to the country, first, Keith Rowley, get your facts straight. I got the highest number of points in 2018 when I applied for the position as Commissioner of Police. The Police Service Commission placed me fourth, and you went out of your way. Was it that in the hope that I will have some type of malice against the opposition and target political opponents? No, Keith Rowley. Unlike certain individuals, I do not put politics before what is right for the country. I swore an oath in office and I did what was correct. And it seemed that that was the concern. But when you have a government that will give $42 million, give it to a commissioner and directly tell and order the commissioner that you will use this to target and arrest political opponents, it seemed that that was your concern. That is what you see as a mistake. So let me clarify what Keith Rowley sees as a mistake. Gary Griffith, under my tenure, it was the highest reduction in every violent crime in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. That is your mistake, Keith Rowley. We were at a point August last year, after we had cracked the criminal elements, put fear in criminal elements, that we were going at a homicide rate of 320 per annum before I left in August last year. That is your mistake, Keith Rowley. Now we are going at a murder rate of over 600 murders per annum. It seems that you prefer that. The fact is that when I took over as Commissioner of Police, public trust and confidence was 14%. It moved to 55%, the highest of any arm in the public service. Is that your mistake, Keith Rowley? Now it is probably back down to 14%. Not because of the police service, but because of the hierarchy in the police service that Keith Rowley wanted as acting Commissioner of Police. Is that your mistake, Keith Rowley? The fact is that 89% of the country wanted me to return as Commissioner of Police or had no concern. So the voice of the people being the voice of God is out there. And Keith Rowley had that. Keith Rowley, is your mistake? No, Keith Rowley. Your mistake is that you wanted and you hoped that Gary Griffith would be a puppet and be able to take directions from a government. I had no intention to do so. So you have disregarded the crime statistics. You have disregarded the public trust and confidence in the police service. You have disregarded what the country wants and who the country wanted as a Commissioner of Police. Is this a dog whistle, Keith Rowley, that you have sent to the present Police Service Commission in the hope that they will not put me as number one in the merit list because you know it would be political suicide that the person who 89% of the country wanted to return as Commissioner of Police, the person who would always get the highest number of points in the merit list, the person who was able to lead the police service into a period where it was the highest public trust and confidence, the person that was assisting in ensuring that we had the highest reduction in crime, and that is your mistake, Keith Rowley. And let me further add that his reason and his justification is about firearms. It is the most comical thing I've ever heard. Because, Keith Rowley, you should tell the country who is the very senior government minister that harassed me constantly to provide explosives for a friend in Tobago, to get explosives without an OSHA approval. Who was the person who harassed me to get special firearms for himself to kill pigs? Who and his list of all his friends, long and distinguished, harassing me to get firearms fast-tracked for them. People must look in the mirror. But you know what? It's okay when government officials have all of their security to protect themselves, but they want to get their own firearms fast-tracked. But what I was doing was ensuring that law-abiding citizens could get firearms to protect themselves from criminal elements. This government is one. The PNM government has always been one that if it is they don't control you, they will try to destroy you. This government has been spending more time trying to attack me than what they're doing in trying to serve this country. So the audacity of trying to speak about firearms. On 3 occasions, you have specifically handpicked persons, paid them big money, and then tried to get them to write reports that you may like. The country did not buy it, Keith Rowley. You have played your hand and lost. Because every single time you have done this, for 2 years, not one suspect, not one person arrested, nothing done. And now you're coming back with yet another strategy. You have hired 3 police officers who they had 30 years experience in the police service, retired a decade ago, and they were not able to arrest one person for dealing with legal firearms being issued to the public, and now you bring them back, and that is your concern? Your concern is based on a report, based on hearsay rum shop talk? This is Emailgate Part 2. You tried again. It did not work. So the audacity of what you are trying to get the country to believe of legal firearms. I, Gary Griffith, ensured, yes, that legal firearms must be provided to law-abiding citizens to protect them from criminal elements. You, Keith Rowley, and your government have spent more time targeting law-abiding citizens getting legal firearms than criminal elements who have illegal firearms. 100% of all murders committed in this country in the last 3 years have been by illegal firearms.
So I don't want to go too much longer into this because I have another video to play. But I just want to ask, because you'll remember the one with workplace situation with the young man who had his firearm and the man was threatening a man for talk. Who approved his firearm? How did he get that firearm? Who approved it? But anyhow, I'm going to play this last one and then I'm going to go to the calls. Keep watching with me.
Only one. I'll give you an example. Today, yes, the PEP. Today, somebody sent something to me. I want to play this from my phone through the microphone.
Our constitution was drafted that the special branch reports to whom? Take a guess who the special branch reports to. Not the commissioner of police. The prime minister. People don't know that. It is a fact. I was the Minister of National Security and I was the Commissioner of Police. I can tell you, they report directly to the Prime Minister. There are two special branch officers here tonight that are actually macroing and watching everything that is being said. Because, now Lauren, don't look around. They're just doing their job. But I'll tell you why. Because the role and function of the special branch, listen, is to attend every political meeting by opponents of the government and report to the Prime Minister who attended and what was said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is dictatorship. It must end.
Right. But you was the Minister of National Security. And it didn't matter to you then when it was working for you. And that is what upsets me. And you were the Commissioner of Police. But when you and Rowley was good, it wasn't a problem that Special Branch was reporting to Rowley. Because we know here you talk about that. And I want you to understand, my partner Kurt was at that meeting too. And I want you to understand, I know Gary since I was a little boy. But politics in this country cannot be about who is your friend and who you like. Politics in this country has to be about the truth in Trinidad and Tobago. Tell me the truth. I don't want sound effects. Save them for Stefan. And I'm not just out to knock Gary, but I want to knock him early so that he understands I am not your friends in the media. I am not your political partners or your 1% friends. I will call you out, brother. You were the National Security Advisor to a Prime Minister when Special Branch was reporting to her. How come it wasn't dictatorship then?
Just saying, you know, just saying. And the thing about it is that I want people to understand and come to a sense of understanding exactly what is happening. My time coming in for landing, eh? But I'm asking this question, and I'm asking these questions because while we have all these things taking place, and I'm opening back the phone lines 342008146653991. Take a few calls before we end. And then you're telling me a man won't get anyway and X, Y, and Z and attack the Prime Minister and do this and do that and do the other. No. The opposition is saying, let's bring him to the meeting. Because he have a track record during a pandemic where we had a state of emergency, people were home and locked down in their houses, people were working from home, and he has taken claim to the lowest crime rate when we had a lockdown, when people was home working. That's better understand. But anyhow, call a good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Of course, you are the host. You're informing us. You must know to remind us, and it's true, right? And sometimes we forget things like that. Dale, could you imagine Gary going to the public with all secret information of national security on a public platform? And he, you see, Mr. The prep gentleman just now, he was right. Gary is not suited to be anybody in security for this country. He lets out the secret. He don't know how to behave as a politician, whether a member of representative or in the parliament. counsel on that. He's not good for that. He don't know when to talk and when to shut up. He don't know how to behave. How can we trust them? You cannot be trusted, Gary. Please go home and find another. Well, he had a security business. I don't know what he was doing. For the people, we do not want you. Yes, if you keep your mouth, people who know secret of a country, do not go and shout it to the outside world, to our enemies. You have to protect the people. You're not suited to be sitting around a table with security people who discuss the security of a country. Come on, man. You're not thinking, and your opposition leader not thinking as well. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thanks for holding.
Yeah, the Prime Minister is supposed to go with your new meeting because she have all them $1 million bill, right, in Parliament. All of them, half of them are court case. So she can have no crime business because she's the biggest crime boss here right now. Unless she get rid of all of them in the Parliament who are court case and things, then she could, but she can't do nothing for this country again. She go and choose. Prime Minister do go and do go around Gary. He come in like Valley and them. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller, good afternoon.
Dale, I could request a little Jula Madman rant.
Sounds very appropriate. Oh, Angie, just come and go. Caller, good afternoon. All right. Okay, lost that one. It is easy out here, you know. So when they all come in and only talk, I don't know what to say. When only talk, I really don't know what to say. Caller, good afternoon.
Dale.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Let me tell you something. Gary, the people in Trinidad, they know, you know, but the problem is they got to be reminded that all those things you're playing, they just have to be reminded and they say, oh, God, Gary Gifford is poison to national security. And I around politics in Trinidad so long. Dr. Rowley, that you see a whole meeting with the opposition and Dr. Rowley and them, that ain't coming through at all, trust me. They throw Gary Griffith in the mix to stymie the whole thing. So Dr. Rowley will say, you want Gary? And they will say, listen, we ain't coming to it. So then they're going to say, listen, we try, and Dr. Rowley don't want no help. This is what they do all the time. They stymie, just like live sport, they stymie everything, and then everything will mash up. And they say, it's bad. They're messing up the whole country with that stupidness. Let Gary go home and rest in the political cemetery already. R.I.P., my brother. Leave these things alone. How are we not suing, send pre-action protocol to Philip and Watchman? He's sending to everybody, but none these two guys, what they're talking, he's not sending that. All to think about it. I locked on and listen, waiting for Precious. Come on down, baby. I'm not waiting on you. Manu, I'm glad to hear you, brother. Irie Village, I hear you, brother. Good afternoon, everybody.
Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you going?
Bad, man. You know, one of the things that while it is, I'm hearing Mr. Gigi talking about, you know, he gives so many firearms because it's a right for the people to protect themselves and whatever. And he has the record of giving the most amount of firearms, but to who? To the same people. This is where the problem lies, you know. We have no problem that you're giving firearms, but the thing is, it has some people have 32 guns. What kind of thing is that? Some are 24, some are 15, some are 13. Some of them are gun for the dog and all have a gun to guard himself. So what you really did, at the end of the day, the citizenry still remain unprotected under your watch. As you rightfully said, under a pandemic, you're claiming a low. That is because it had a SOE, which was almost the same effect as the UNC's SOE. It had a false positive that there was a reduction in crime. And what happened after that? From 2011 upward, the crime started to increase at a rate of 2.4% per annum. Check it out. The last time Sheriff and them argued with me when they was on this station, And when the man went and checked it, he said, but you know, the man right. They had a consistent increase because that was a false result you get. Statistics is a dangerous thing, you know. You can manipulate it how you feel for make it go. And this is what it is this gentleman is doing right now. So he did not have an impact on crime. Contradictory. He actually created a problem because here what? When you give additional people the ability to import firearms with no checks and balances, right now we have so many firearms unaccounted for. So much of bullets unaccounted for. So we can understand what is really happening. Gentlemen, you all have a nice day.
Caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Of course. Press the wrong thing, yes? My apologies. You can call back. Let me see. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dale.
Hi, good afternoon.
I just called to say one thing. I did not know Gary, the opposition leader, that he had to hold talk with the Prime Minister. I did not know that. I don't know. I know this camera beset with opposition leader, so I really don't know where it's going. Lock on and listening.
Well, apparently there's a coalition or secret whatever that is happening, and he is a part of that because they're saying that, you know, I can understand putting things aside, but Gary Griffith has been on platforms and have been very disrespectful to the heads of state. And to me, it just seems more as if they're just doing things to just get back into government and get power, because it's power that you want. And, I mean, your track record is nothing as far as I'm concerned. I'm not seeing a track record. But then again, caller, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening, TC.
Good evening,
Hello.
who, sorry? What you call me?
I call it TC, but not TC is your name. Is help me. What is your name again?
Deal.
Deal, right. Yeah, now this topic with Gary. Gary start your own monkey head, you know. Yeah, and do all kind of stupidness. I want to take out himself now. That is wrong. A right thing could be never a right, a wrong thing could never be wrong. Tell Gary, get the thing straight, and we want to hear the truth. Yeah? Before he come with them set of stupid, gimme thing where he came with it. Okay? So everybody have a blessed evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Bye-bye.
I don't know what we're doing with Gary. Gary coming and saying down in that meeting to do what? To talk about what? The fact that you released firearms and gave persons firearms. So today, anyhow, hush your mouth. Caller, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dale. Hello? Right. It's only in the parliament I want to talk to them, you know. It's in, I know I'm wrong, the table or nothing like that.
No, what is going to contribute? What they contributed to that?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm talking about, because it's the bills in the parliament, what they don't want to support. This is what we're talking about. Nothing else. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, good day. Hello?
Dale, listen to me now. Gary never really leave the UNC, you know. Are you aware of the fact of that? You darling?
Educate me now.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Right. Gary never did leave the UNC, Gail. Take what I'm telling you, Dale. Listen to me now. You ever hear the long ago people say, but he lie up? Gary come like a lie up. You hear what I'm telling you about? But listen to me. I want him to go in, you know. Take for me. I want him to go in because I know it have a backlash to come for that, right? You hear what I'm telling you about, eh?
I hear.
Take it. She not to step down when Gary go in, right? I go on, my darling, reach home safe.
Guys, this is where I make my way out. Just about 20 seconds on the clock. You see that? We go talk on Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, please the Lord. Keep safe and keep it locked to the street 919 FM. Don't go anywhere where this thing is. Me and all, you know?
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The Street 919FM.com, the official station that defends the nation.
The Santa Rosa First Peoples Community, in collaboration with the Center for Orientation and Integral Research, COIN, and the Caribbean United Against GBV, presents a 12-part series on gender-based violence intervention and prevention measures under the theme, Unmasking Myths, Promoting Peace. Tune into the Street 91.9 FM Mondays 12:30 p.m.